All right, the watch list video for Tuesday, August 16th. Look at this. Look at this SPY here. 62-cent range on the day for the SPY. And if I go to 5-minute candles, for probably 4 hours of that, 3.5, 4 hours is in a 20-cent range or something stupid like that. I'm not exactly sure, but just insanely dead today. It's not uncommon in August. Okay, so it is the slowest time of the year. Look at the volume. So, this morning I thought, wow, I really suck. I was studying stocks all weekend and doing stock-related stuff, webinars and everything. Thought, hey, I'm really fired up on Monday morning after, talking and doing webinars, and really thought I was going to kill it. And then August hit me in the face, and there was just nothing really going on out there. Best trade of the day, or best call. It wasn't even a good trade for me. It was INVN. Wayne posted it. It was already on our watch list, and then it gapped up. I think this is a Pokemon-related play, and it was flagging below 8. Wayne's idea was just above 801. Worst case output like 12 cents below, and it did end up getting up into the 840s. Slow trade. Wasn't one that just ripped, but really nice call by Wayne. I had a couple small wins, couple small losses. Green on the day, but nothing to brag about. And again, I showed you the SPY, and I do not try to trade these afternoons. So I do try to come in hyper focused, and that first hour, focus on the gap plays and focus on the overnight list and see if we can catch. You only need one decent trade on any given day. You just need one decent trade. Okay, you need to take the middle out of any kind of decent move, and you can have a good day. So let's look at the watch list for tomorrow. I do want to have MEET on bounce watch. I can bring my smaller version with the orange line is the 50-day. I didn't have it up there, but pretty good move today after a couple other down days above it. Pretty good move into the 50-day. That's good potential for a bounce tomorrow. So it goes on watch. URRE. Let me zoom in a little bit. You had the spike. You're 2 days lower. Very little volume today. If this comes back all the way down, round trips, I'm not that interested, but I am looking for a possible turn back up tomorrow morning. So that goes on bounce watch. No trades in it today, even though it was on watch. No trades in TRCH today. Remember, we make these things hit our intraday parameters. So if they don't, we don't touch them. TRCH didn't do anything. It did come up and test these highs here and put in a red candle on lower volume. So I'm actually going to watch this one to turn back up tomorrow. I like the move it made on Friday. So I'm not going to take it off my radar just yet. BNSO, this was on bounce watch, but I still didn't catch an entry in it. But I do like the green candle, and it found some support at the 8-day. It's had a big move, and it's a thinner stock, but we're going to keep our eyes on it for a continuation of that move. This is one of the more interesting ones to me. CYCC, it's a lower float stock, and back here it went from 426 to 827, and then just went into this long nothing pattern where it did nothing. And then gapped up, and that was on Friday, right? And the high Friday was $5.78. It actually briefly took that out today, went to $5.82. Love it over this 2-day high. Okay, so I'm going to watch with a low float and sellers that came in here. Whenever I view a red candle and a big red volume stick with it, whenever the price gets above that whole red candle, I just view that as, I like to put it in simple terms. Sellers came in here and up above this 2-day high, those sellers are failing. And that's a good recipe, especially on a low float stock, for a mini short squeeze. And this one has demonstrated it can make massive moves on an intraday basis. So probably one of my favorites going into tomorrow. Okay, WAC, nice volume came in last week, and it's really just kind of flagging here. So I want to watch that for a potential long setup. KOOL, we had this on bounce watch today. I had an aggravating day. I mean, even this one, when it got up to 415 right here, right? You had the high on Friday right there. It visited that high this morning, sold off, and then next thing you know, it's right back up there. Jumped on the mic and said, I like KOOL over 415. I threw out an order, and I got filled 100 shares. I'm pretty sure it was 100 shares. I had a much, much bigger order, and then it ran without me. So I sold my 100 shares for whatever, 12 cents, and moved along. But anyway, it did kind of flag after that initial pop. And so that one, you have the 200-day above, but this is kind of a fairly recent high flyer. So it's still worth watching. Low float stock. All right, AETI. Huge move today out of the gates. I mean, look at the range, 325 to 515. That's why I focus on these low float, low price stocks. Apple doesn't move that much on a percentage basis ever. Okay, so if you're if you have the right stocks on watch and you catch the right entry, as day traders and as single traders, we're not running funds. We're very nimble. We can get in and out of stocks and do very, very well percentage wise, right? So we do have a huge advantage over a fund. So keep that in mind, but you got to learn the proper entries. Anyway, I never did catch an entry in this thing, but it's worth watching tomorrow. It didn't, a lot of these round trip, like GBR on Friday, we had a nice trade in GBR on the way up, and it ended up completely round tripping. AETI actually held nicely above its opening price, even though it did give back a lot. For me, that's got to land it on my watch list again tomorrow. And if you look back here, it made a huge move back here too. So it's kind of interesting. SORL, this one had a nice volume breakout, another low floater. Same scenario, right? Gave back some of its gains, but held up pretty well. I want to watch that one tomorrow. And then lastly, I have OBCI. There's not a lot of standouts right now, guys, because the market is so dead. But OBCI, another low floater, had a pretty good percentage move from 231 to 315. And, gave back some of the gains, but also held up well. So that one too, and hopefully we'll find some decent gap plays in the morning. Yeah, that's really it. That's really all I have. Again, I'm going to give you this one word of caution. August trading is slow anyway. Once the morning's over, if you're trying to trade the afternoon, you're just going to be frustrated. And if you've made anywhere near your morning goal, your daily goal in the first hour or two, my advice is go find something fun to do, because the market's just dead after that. All right, it's typical August trading. Knowing that ahead of time can help save you a lot of grief. All right, enjoy the rest of your evening, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.